My name is Grace Myers. I'm the social media manager, and today we are going to be talking about Wix Bookings. We have Jacob and Zvi from the Wix Bookings team. They are going to be leading us today. And we have Amanda Martin and Joshua Alphonse. They are developer relations advocates. And I will hand it over to Amanda.
Hey everybody, really excited about this session today. It was fun working with Jacob and Zvi on their demos. I think you're going to really enjoy it. After the sessions, they're going to show you a lot of code. So we're going to templatize the examples that they use, and I will be sending them out to you within the next few days so that you can kind of dive in. And if you have any questions after the session is over, you can reach out to me or any of us on Discord. And I hope you enjoy it. Over to Zvi.
Thank you, Amanda. So just a second, I will share my screen. Okay, so I hope you see my screen. So I'm Zvi, and with me I have Jacob. We are part of Bookings Velo team. Basically, we are building Velo solutions for our customers. We are building the third-party applications on a booking platform. And we are also doing some Wix on Wix projects. Today, we are going to talk a bit about the bookings and bookings APIs. We will also see some custom book flows. We are, as part of the team, we are working a lot and we are customizing the booking flow for our customers and basically doing a lot of work around the platform. So today we will talk about some use cases and why we need the custom book flow. At the end, Jacob will handle the questions. I think that's it. So let's start. So what is Wix Booking? So I hope that everyone knows, and if you don't know, so Wix Booking is an app in Wix. Basically, the platform enables the customers to sell services and not products. So we have several types of services that the customer can sell. We have appointments, usually for one-on-one meetings. We have classes for a fitness gym, for yoga classes and things like that. And we have courses, and this is a set of sessions. So you can sell a course and you have several sessions for the course, but you are paying one time. So this is Wix Booking. We have many customers that are using, and we will talk a bit about where. So the first thing that we talked is booking, and our main business types are fitness, so gyms and personal trainers that are using bookings. We have beauty, so hair salons, barber shops and things like that. We have consultants, so if a consultant wants to talk with his customer, they can book on his site. We have our solution on web-based and also on application on Wix app. It's important to say that currently Velo is not supported on our Wix app, but I hope it will be available soon. So what we have in Bookings API, I'm not sure you know, but we are working a lot lately to give more and more APIs from Bookings platform into Velo. And we are working on it on a quarterly basis, and we have several APIs. So keep watching our documentation, and you will see more and more APIs. So in Velo APIs, currently, we have two types of APIs. We have the live site APIs, mainly for the book flow, for the user of user book, and we will talk about this kind of flow today. And we have Business Manager APIs, and these are APIs that you can customize and create some dashboard pages with Velo code for the users. For example, you can create tables with books, with a list of books. We have a lot of use cases that we are adding some functionality to the business manager according to the customer requirements. Also, we have the Velo APIs, and also we have the REST APIs. The REST APIs are mainly for the third-party applications. I can say that the REST API is more rich than the Velo API, but we are working hard to close the gap between the REST API and the Velo API. It's kind of one of our main focus this year. So this is a bit about booking. You can ask in the chat or ask anything, and I think Jacob or me, we can help later. So what is a custom book flow and why it's needed? So when you are using, when you are a small customer of Wix, you are pretty good with our solution. But once you are getting in a medium size or small medium, you need some other flows, you need some other conditions to do the book. So Wix Velo currently allow you to customize the book flow. So you will be able to give your customers or for yourself, if you are designing a site for yourself, solutions that eventually look like it's not supported in booking, but eventually after doing it with Velo, it's basically workable and it's working and it's a good solution, solid solutions. So that's why we are working with custom book flows. The platform is a big advantage. So if you need something that booking as a scheduling system can help you with, so it can be classes, as I mentioned, it can be renting cars, renting scooters, renting boats. We have a lot of customers, a lot of use cases, but when you are talking about scheduling, so booking system is the system, and the booking platform has a lot to give you instead of developing everything by yourself. So this is the main Velo advantages. So now we will talk about the flow of booking. So we have the preconditions, so where you start. So you can select the service, you can select the date, then you have the form, so you add the customer details, the customer is filling his details. You have several questionnaires, not only the details of email, name, and things like that. You can add custom questions in the form. We have a custom book form. And then you have the checkout. You have checkout with payment types, you have coupons, you have gift cards, you have many options to check out. Today, what we are going to concentrate is only on step one, the preconditions. We see that we have a lot of customers that need the start point of the book might be different. So we can have a number of participants. For example, this is what we will concentrate today, and we will have also the location, but number of participants is basically when a group of people will come, usually like museum, like spa, like things like that. So they will be coming in a group. Currently in bookings, the basic flow is that you select, the first thing that you select is the date and then the time, and then you continue to the book. But if you are coming with a group, it's a date and time and then the amount of participant. But if you are coming with 6 person and you selected the date, but it's not available for 6 person, you need to go back here and do the selection again and go back and forth to find the right spot. So in this case, our solution cannot support you. So this is out of the box booking, and we will talk about advanced preconditions or advanced start of the flow. So let's start with the first example. As I mentioned, we can see here in the screen, we can see that we have number of guests. So this is the first question that we ask the user of user, basically what amount of guests are coming, and then we will populate the date and the time. This will reduce the ping pong between the amount of guests and the dates available. So we have several intents. It might be a museum, so usually you are not coming alone. Wedding preparations, so you are coming with friends, so you need to select a date that will be relevant or stuff that will be relevant for this. Trips, spa, and things like that. So what I did here, before we are jumping to the code and onto the live site, I kind of gave a high level of all the functions that we are using. It looks like it's a lot, but we have a color coding. All the blue ones are basically the page that we created, and the green one is a backend functionality for booking. The yellow is the booking request. We get service availability. We will talk about it, and we see the checkout of booking. So this is the flow that we will go through, and basically, eventually, we will see the book. So let's go to the site. So what we see here, it's basically, just a second. Go here. So what we see here, we have three drop downs. We have the first drop down is the amount of participants. The second one is basically the date, and then we have select time. Look like an easy thing, and it's basically easy. So the first thing that we are doing when we start, we have the already we are get service by name. So basically, we are going to get the list of services, okay, and then in a specific service, we would like to get the service ID. Then once we select the get number of participants, okay, we see this is the get the number. Yeah, the num gets the drop down. So this is the num gets the drop down. We are going to the get number of participants. Okay, this is the next function. Just a second. Okay, so now we have some play with hide and disable and not. Now we will go to get all the slots for this service that we just talked about. Okay, then we put it on the available slots, and then we have the number of participants that the user selected, and we will see that we are printing this number on the screen. Okay, and then we are going to filter slot by number of participants. Let's select and see what will happen. So I selected 4. Okay, so we see that basically we took all the slots that are available for 4 participants, all the slots that are available, sorry, and then we are kind of creating an array for all the dates, because here in the drop down, I need to see only one frame of this date. Or if we will go to the back office of this site, just a second, we will see that in this week we have 2 sessions of this service, and next week we have 3 sessions each day. Okay, and that's why we see all the spots available, and then we filter it, and we have existed only the one show of this date. So now it enables the date. So if we go back, so it's hard to see, but we've been on the get number of participants. We got the new slots, get the availability. Again, then we got to booking, get service availability. We will see all the slots, and there we will filter it according to the amount of participants. Okay, and then we will enable the next drop down. Okay, so let's go back to the code. So we are in a step that this drop down is enabled. Okay. Okay, now let's go to the date. Okay, let's go back. Now we have the date drop down. Okay, and we go to the show times. Okay, we get to show times. Then we go to get slots by date, and we are getting only the slots for this date, because once we selected a date, we have only these slots, and we add once we have the date, we will filter the time, And once we have all the information of the time, we will populate the drop-down list of the time, okay? And that's what basically we are doing. So if we go back, we have the date drop-down, we selected, and now we are filtering all the slots, but only for this specific date. And then we have the time selected and we enable the button, okay? So let's select the date. We can see that on the 16th, we already have we have one participant on this session, okay? So let's select this session. 16, and let's select, and we see that we have three slots, okay? Because it's all available. But if we will change it to 6, we will reset the drop downs and we will select the 16th. Just a second. Now when we have 6 participants, we see only 2 slots, okay? So the user can select the 10 or 4 p.m., okay? So let's select this one. So once we selected the time, let's go back to the diagram. We selected the time, and then we enabled time selected, and we enabled the book button, okay? Now, basically the book flow is not the topic that we wanted to talk about. We just wanted to talk about this part that we are filtering and enabling the dates according to the amount of participants, okay? So, but if we want to see also the book, so let's go to the book flow. Basically what we did here is we created the information. Usually you will get the information of the customer from the customer, the email, the name, and things like that. Here we kind of created just some information in the back office, and then added this information statically. Okay, it shouldn't be like that, but just for the case of this example. Now I will go and I will book. So I selected the slot. Now I book. I did the book, and I see the confirmation of this book. So this is the booking ID. I will go here, and I see that we have, just a second, 15, 6, okay. It took one participant. I need to check why, but basically it created the book with one participant. It should have been 6, but maybe we have a bug there. So this is how we do the book. So all the API that we used, so we have get service availability. Basically, get service availability will give you all the available slots for specific service. Okay, you need to find the service and then get the service availability for this service. The other API that we talked about is the checkout booking. Checkout booking is basically the book flow of booking. And as I mentioned before, we have 2 parts of booking in the Velo. So this one is the live site, and this one is for the business manager. So you see more options in the business manager. You can see the booking, you can cancel, you can confirm, you can do a lot of things in the booking. This is very common use case that we are using, the event. So if someone wants to do some automation according to the event, so you can use this as well. For the event, you have resources. Resources are the staffs, and sessions are basically the session on the calendar. So this is how it looks, this flow. Hope it was informative enough. Let's go back. The next thing that I wanted to talk with you is the location base. So basically we have use cases that customers are creating, usually marketplaces. So they want to sell a service for football coaches, and this football coach will practice on a specific location. So how we can give them this kind of option to start with the book. So we have the football coaches, we have real estate agents, we have photographers, because Usually, a real estate will be a professional in specific area. So you need to fill your postcode or your area, and then it will find him. So let's see it in action. We will not get into the details or the code itself. We can see a site and we have a search bar that is location based. And then we can select Tel Aviv, for example. We will go to search. This search is not a booking search, it's a Velo search. And it's actually searching in a data collection that the owner created the staffs and added their location. Okay, we have a location in the data collection, Tel Aviv, and that's what we are searching for. Once we have the list of coaches, now the customer can view his profile. Everything here is in Velo. So you can see his review, you can see map, you can see a lot of good things. And then you can go to the book flow. And the book flow it's out of the book flow, out of the Box book flow. It's not something that we created with Velo. It's the booking book flow, and we kind of redirected the URL to this specific service, and I think this and this specific stuff. Okay, so we can select the date, and then we select time. And this is exactly what I told you before. The default of booking is to have the stuff, the date, the hour, and then you will select how many participants. And that's what the first example gave us a clue on. Let's go here, back here. So this is the other option of location. And I think that's it. I think Jacob can also enrich you with other examples that we are doing in the team. And I think that's it. Jacob, it's yours.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Let me just share the screen. All right. So I'd like to show you a site that we participated in building. It's a Hebrew site, so don't mind the text. This site, in this site, we were requested to create a booking flow that obviously starts from dates, but then the amount of people or number of participants is very important. So just like Zvi said, and like I wrote you in the chat, every booking flow starts from the get service availability. It's a very simple function that you apply in your code, and you get all the available slots for a specific service. The get service availability is based on service. You need to get the service ID for it. Then we go to slots. We select slots, and based on the slots, we can get the dates. Now, the flow itself is maybe very simple, but we got many questions asking, how do I get the date picker show the dates based on the slots? I mean, the date picker basically shows you all dates usually, and we want to filter those. And many people are not aware of the option for the date picker show a specific date ranges. So we have enabled date ranges and disabled date range. And once you use the enabled date range and you tell the date picker, you provide a date picker with an array of enabled date ranges, you can get a date picker to show you something similar to what I'm showing you now. So also very simple, and it will help you to create your own flow. So from there, you go to number of participants, and by number of participants, you filter the hours that are available for that service. After that, you get the form info from the customer, and you book. Very simple as that. Now, there is a question here. Simon asks us, to me, one of the biggest features that seem to be lacking is allowing customers to pick the amount of time the service should last. The length is set by setting up the service. I don't see it or something. Well, something is blocking the question. I'm not sure what does it really mean, Simon. If you can clarify that. Yeah, okay. The length is set when setting up the service. Is that anything planned for that kind of thing, or am I missing something? No, I don't think we have anything planned for that. The length is set by setting up the service. No, the length of the service, by length I mean how far into the future the service will go. No, it's not relevant to the booking flow, unless I'm not.
I think I understand. So basically, we have a kind of request. I hope I understand correctly. Sometimes when you select a service and you are adding add-ons, the service session should take more time. So I think this is what he's talking about. Basically, we can have a workaround for this. So first, you can do this with the REST API. Currently, we are not allowing this in Velo, but basically what you can do is give the customer an option to select the service and then select add-ons. So if an add-on will make the session for more time, so you can manually create a session, not the session that was already created. You can create another session in the calendar, and this session will be longer according to what you need. So currently it's not supported in the Velo, but it is supported in REST API. I think this is one of our requests as a team that we are working with users. Sometimes the add-ons will take more time. Sometimes an add-on can be 1 hour extra. So if you have a fishing boat and you want another 1 hour, so this is an add-on. But basically, you have this specific service and add-on of 1 hour, and then the session should take 1 hour more. So we are aware of this, and I hope it will be this API in Velo will be ready soon.
Right.
Yeah, and I see that it answered. Okay.
Yeah, I think that. All right. So another thing that I saw that people here in the chat wrote that they're using bookings, but they're not using the Velo or customized solution. So very quick overview of the 3 public APIs that we was talking about. Everything starts with get service availability, which is based on the service ID, and you get the service ID from the default service collection that we have in Velo. By the service availability, you get the slots for the appointments or the sessions for the classes. Then you go to checkout options. Checkout options allows you to get the information about how are you able to pay for the booking. It could be a free session. It could be paid online. It could be paid offline. Now, once you selected your option, you go to checkout bookings, where you provide the information that you get from the form that you get from the customer, and then you pay. Now, if the payment is an online payment and you have payments connected in your premium site, then a window will open with a payment. And after the payment, the booking will be done. If not, the booking will be done without the online payment. And those three APIs will enable you to create your own flow of everything you need by any kind of input that you want. It could be by location, it could be by number of participants, or by dates. So everything is possible with those three. And if you have any questions about them, just post them in the community and we'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, another thing that's basically our next session will be probably on the second step. So after we select the date, we need to add the details of the customer. This is the form. You need to answer some questions. So we have some use cases for this kind of, someone want to customize something, someone need to add some information. We had a question about it in the form. So if I want to add more information about the book for a book that already booked, so this can be also done. So we will talk about this kind of the second step, and maybe we will have another session about the booking itself and how to do the booking. What are the small things that you need to know when you're using the booking APIs.
We had a couple of questions come through before your session. If you'd like to take any of those live today. Jacob, I know there was a question that came to you about setting up a referral system where the user would enter through a link and then book, so that that referral for the booking could be passed to the database, and how to track that there was a referral to a booking if you were interested in referrals.
Yeah, so the question was, I'm trying to set up a referral question where, oh, you just read that, right? Yeah.
I summarized. You're welcome to read the full question if you like.
Okay, so the full question would be like this. I'm trying to set up a referral system where the user enters through a link and then books. The order is added to the database, which is a collection, so that I can track how many have been referred. The problem is this: the data in the customer came through a referral link is in the front end, which while the on booking confirm, which is an event, works in the back end and has no access to info whether the user has been referred or not. So is there a way to do it, and can I to do it with Velo and that I can see? Yeah, there is a way to do it with Velo. What it came from? I'm sorry, I don't see who it came from. Yeah, Simon. Oh, hello, Simon.
These are from Simon, yes.
Yeah. So Simon, once when you refer somebody to your site, I guess it comes through a specific link, something in the path params, probably, maybe, or something else. You can address a Velo collection, as you probably do, from the front end. But as you said, you cannot address front end from the back end. But what you can do is to address the same collection from the back end. And once the book was done, you can update the collection and later address the collection from the backend. Now, I hope it answers your question. And you can, and from the backend, you can read all the referrals that came to your site.
Yeah, you basically can create a dashboard page, and this dashboard page will summarize for the customer the referrals, and create a dashboard for referrals from the data collection that Jacob just mentioned.
Are you suggesting essentially using a query parameter on the referral URL so that you know that it came from somewhere else, and then they're storing that information that way?
Yeah, they have to. You have to do that, because if it's a path param, you have to query and get it from the path. So then you store it in the collection, and when book is made, the event is fired, And on that event, you can access the same collection using Wix Data API and access the database and see all the referrals that you got.
I have maybe another idea. So if you are creating a custom book flow, so you can add on the form the referral. Okay, you can take it from the parameters as Jacob just mentioned. You can add it to as a kind of an answer. The customer will not answer this, but you can add it as an answer and then catch it on the event, and then you know in the backend that it happens. Okay, so you can connect the book with the referral, with the parameter to the event that comes after, because in the event you can see also the parameters of the book. So that's kind of closing the loop. Another idea, maybe the Jacob idea will work as well, but this might be another one.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Did you want to address the other questions that came through as well previously to the event? I can read them as well if you would like.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can.
Yeah,
you can read it, Amanda.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. There is another question about, also from Simon, is there a way through the dashboard to add form info that would usually be filled in by a user through the booking form to someone who has been manually added to participants through the dashboard?
Okay, I'll take this. No, there is no way. When you book to the dashboard, what you're actually doing, you're booking on behalf of somebody, and there is no way to fill in the information. However, if you have a dashboard page, then you can use the update customer info API and update that booking with any info that you want.
All right, are there any other questions from anyone in the audience for now? You can also always come back and message us in Discord if something comes up that you think of after the session is over, and Jacob and Zvi are always around and we can get them to answer anything in the future that comes up. And like they said, there will also be another session. There's a lot to do with bookings and a lot of ways you can use the Velo and REST APIs that could not all fit into one session. So there will be more sessions around bookings. And if there's anything that's very relevant to what you're building or questions you have, please always pass along any of those ideas to us so we can make sure to have some really relevant sessions for you on bookings in the future. It looks like we've answered everything so far that anybody had. Zvi or Jacob, do you have any closing thoughts before we all end the session for today?
Well,
go ahead, Jacob. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we gave a good introduction, although brief in some way. I think that few people that are not so technical are kind of afraid of using customized solution and get their hands dirty with code. Our community and our documentation is well, I can't say it's perfect, but it's easy enough to get started with custom solutions. And if you find yourself in some trouble with the custom solution or with the Velo code, don't hesitate to contact us on the Velo community. We are there, and we are answering questions, and we will be happy to help.
Yeah, I will also add to this. So we are great getting more requests. So that's how we understand. That's how we understand the capabilities that we need to give to the platform. This is very important for us. We are, as a team, always going to the developers and asking more and more platform APIs and things like that. And I encourage you to ask as well. This is very important for us to be more agile and more reflecting your question and your use cases. Usually it's not usually, it's very important for us as a booking to be a platform that everyone can use. We will see in the future some great announcements from Booking, but in general, feel free to ask more and more use cases. And the second thing that I want to encourage you, you can go to the Velo examples. We have several Velo examples that we already have in this section of the documentation. So feel free to find out some examples that we created, and we will add more and more, and we will share this example as well to the forum.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. And yeah, stay in tune for future roundtables. We'll have more from Wix Booking. Thank you so much, Jacob and Zvi. And again, yes, if you have any future questions, you can drop them in the Discord. We'll be sure to get some answers to you. And thank you so much for your time today.